been looking for some healthy holiday dishes to add to your table this year, any of these recipes would be a perfect addition. It's always nice to have a healthy option that everyone will enjoy, and I always like to make sure there's at least a few veggies on the table. Speaking of healthy, today's video is actually sponsored by Florian of fitvegans.com. Florian is the author of the book Fit Vegan Secrets, a new and revolutionary book that shows you exactly how to get in great shape as a vegan quickly and sustainably, even if you've tried almost everything before. This book is an absolute game changer, and you can get your own copy by clicking the link in the description box down below for absolutely free. Yes, that's right, I said it is a free book. However, this is just a market test. I'm not sure how long Florian will be offering it for free, so do make sure you download it while the offer is still available. All you need to do is click the link in the description box down below. And with that, let's get started on some holiday recipes. I love a colorful hummus on my holiday snack board, and this one is so delicious but still really easy. We're just going to start out with some chickpeas and aquafaba. We also need some roasted red peppers, a clove of garlic, some tahini, lemon juice, and a few pinches of salt. Now recently I discovered I was not using enough aquafaba in my hummus. You can see here just how much liquid there is compared to the rest of the other ingredients. So make sure you check out the recipe in the description box down below. All the measurements will be listed there. This is optional, but I really like to add a couple tablespoons of Frank's red hot sauce. It really gives this hummus an amazing flavor. Next, we are going to make a vegan baked brie. This recipe is from Sam of It Doesn't Taste Like Chicken. And to start out, we are just gonna soak some raw cashews in boiling water for about 10 to 15 minutes. Once those are drained and rinsed, go ahead and add them to your blender along with some soy milk, nutritional yeast, tapioca starch, salt, garlic powder, and apple cider vinegar. And we're just gonna blend that on high until it is nice and smooth. And we are gonna pour the whole thing into an oven-safe dish and bake this at 400 for about 30 minutes, stirring halfway through, so I'm just setting the timer for 15 minutes. Now the original recipe does say to stir this halfway through, but I'm not sure if I liked how the final texture turned out, so I will leave my amendments to the cooking instructions for this recipe in the description box below. So following the recipe, we're just gonna pop that back into the oven for another 15 minutes. And you can see once it's cooled a bit, this is how the texture turned out. Now, of course, the more it cools, the firmer it's going to get. So I think this is a dish best served hot, and therefore you probably want to bake it in the same dish as you're going to serve it in, which I did not do. So just keep that in mind if you're going to be making this recipe. And then we are just going to assemble a little snack board on our cute little Christmas plate. We have some carrots, cucumber, red bell pepper, of course our roasted red pepper hummus, some pretzels, and some crackers. Now for the next two recipes, you can definitely prep some of the ingredients in advance, which will just help these recipes go a little faster. So for the first recipe, we are just going to need some sliced onion, some cooked quinoa, dried cranberries, and chickpeas. Now we're going to need the aquafaba later, which is just the liquid that the chickpeas are in. So I'm just reserving it by straining the liquid into a measuring cup, and we'll just save that for the salad dressing we will make later. Now give these chickpeas a quick rinse and then add them into your salad along with the onion and some fresh herbs. I'm using mint and parsley and a few handfuls of walnuts. For our citrus dressing, which turned out so delicious, we need the juice of 1 orange, 1 clove of garlic, 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar, 1 tablespoon of maple syrup, a pinch of salt and pepper, and about 1/4 cup of our aquafaba, or you could also use veggie broth. Just give that a taste, and if the taste is to your liking, go ahead and add the dressing to your quinoa mix. Now, if you want to make this a little fancier, you can add your quinoa into a baked squash. I have these acorn squash already baked, so I'm just removing some of the flesh so that we can fit a little more quinoa inside. And I would recommend to heat up your squash first. So it would be great if you baked it right before serving this recipe, and then just add in your quinoa, and you'll only need to bake it for about 5 or 10 more minutes. You're just heating up the quinoa at that point. And then you can serve it with a little crumbled vegan feta on top if you like, or just leave it as is. Now, this recipe was inspired from Caitlin of From My Bowl. I made this recipe back in spring and just fell in love with it. It is so easy and so delicious, but we're just going to make it a little more holiday inspired. Now, for this orzo salad, you could also pre-cook the orzo and peas, but if you don't have them pre-cooked, just go ahead and cook them on the stovetop. Let that cool, and then add in any red or green veggies you like. I'm using chopped red bell pepper and fresh mint and parsley, but you could also add pomegranate seeds, fresh cranberries, any other green veggie that you like. For nuts, you could do pine nuts, pistachios, or pumpkin seeds. Essentially, we're just going for a red, green, and white vibe. For the dressing, I'm keeping it super simple with lemon juice, aquafaba, or you can use veggie broth, some dried dill, garlic powder, salt and pepper, and then just taste that. I felt mine needed a bit of sweetness, so I'm adding just a touch of maple syrup. And lastly, just a handful of green onion, or you could also use chives. And then of course, we have to serve it in a festive bowl. This one really just makes the colors pop. And then just a few pumpkin seeds on top for garnish, or like I said, you could use pistachios or toasted pine nuts if you prefer. I hope you enjoyed these healthy holiday recipes. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button down below and let me know what you would like to see next. Also, a huge thank you to Florian at fitvegans.com for sponsoring today's video. Don't forget to get your free copy of his book, Fit Vegan Secrets, which I have linked in the description box. And with that, let's eat plants, and I'll see you guys next time.